After those grueling 3 hours of reading that decade interview on Meghan Markle, I had to do some kind of summary, and these are the worst takes from that interview. Welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and it would be great if you join us by just liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell. Let's get down to it. You'd agree with me that this picture is a great representation of our moaning Duchess, that it even inspired me a Broadway musical. I can picture it in my head, moaning Meghan over the woes of being a petty princess. Would you pay money to see that? I won't. But well, there is no doubt that the worst take of that interview was the Mandela reference about the wedding of the Harkles. I just had Archie. It was such a cruel chapter. I was scared to go out. A cast member from South Africa pulled her aside. He looked at me and he's just like, lied, he said. I just need you to know, when you married into this family, we rejoiced in the streets the same we did when Mandela was freed from prison. There's already tensions with South Africans, but this is, I think, the cream of the crop. You know that Meghan is not going to be welcomed in South Africa anytime soon after this. And you know those times that I've told you that when a narcissist or someone denies something, but at the same time you know that they're trying to mention that? Well, the author continues, of course, she knows she's no Mandela, but that line is put in there just to reassure that Meghan actually feels that she's some kind of Mandela to the monarchy, I guess, or the actual world. I don't know. What I do know is that there's no common sense whatsoever because, well, we have this meme. Meghan, my days of suffering under the monarchy's iron hand are over. But also Meghan, US Magazine deletes and reposts Meghan Markle tweet to add Duchess of Sussex title. Why does she keep using that title if she left the monarchy for good? If she's free now, it doesn't make sense, and I'm gonna say it 1,000 times until she has the guts to drop that title. We also got copycat Meghan, and this is an example of Chelsea Davy photographed for Tatler magazine in 2020 and not Meg right now in 2022. You can't tell me that this is a coincidence. Even the earrings are both green. There was something that she wanted, there's a message that she wanted to convey by copying the women featured in Harry's life. It is like an obsession, and I can tell you that this might be some kind of a stretch. This the same inspiration, the same style, but the copying Grace Kelly look was spot on. Also, as Genevieve said on Twitter, I knew I'd seen that stare somewhere before. Narcissism comes in all different shapes and sizes. Glad to hear HG Tudor got his channel back. Wonder what Kinesics would make of this image of Meghan Markle. On the right, Elizabeth Holmes, big tech fraudster. The similarities are baffling, uncanny. At the same time, Meghan and her team want to make some kind of damage control. They're backtracking on that dig at Charles. How come the Duchess of Dulness, Northwestern University degree and all, doesn't know how English works? Because according to an Archewell spokesperson, Meghan was misinterpreted. In the interview with the New York Times Magazine supplement, she was quoted as saying, "Harry said to me, I lost my dad in this process." But she meant that her spouse had pointed out to her that her relationship with Thomas Markle had broken down, not Harry's relationship with Prince Charles. But wait a minute, they failed to include the full quote in the article, which is this: "When I ask about it, Meghan doesn't stay in her sadness for long. Instead, she uses it to discuss how toxic tabloid culture has torn two families apart. Harry said to me, I lost my dad in this process," and then continues the quote. It doesn't have to be the same for them as it was for me, but that's his decision. When she says for them, she means Harry and his family. It's the same. She's implying that it's the same, that it was broken. And it was for me, but that's his decision. That's Harry's decision. She was talking about Harry, and Harry was talking about Prince Charles. They're trying to backtrack this for some reason. They don't want to cut all ties. I guess that they don't have what it takes to cut all ties, because you know that the royal family's clout is still their source of fame. And all those non-existent receipts that their fans claim that they have. Meghan Markle always has receipts. Folks should know by now not to play with a woman with a Northwestern University education who has spent time in Hollywood, but they want to learn the hard way. Wait, a college degree and Hollywood are bragging rights? Is this the 1950s? And there's also that N word that never happened, such as, why would I give the very people that are calling my children the N word a photo of my child before I can share it with the people that love my child? But well, no screenshots, no receipts, didn't happen. And great remarks from Glenn Atherton. Not one UK publication would ever use such a hateful slur. Because 1, it's against the rules of conduct for media. Number 2, it's against the laws of the United Kingdom. Number 3, it's against everything we stand for in the UK. Meghan and the Truth have long since parted ways. I hope the media sues. But there's something that they can't backtrack regarding Harry's family, because he took a dig at them again. The two run Archwell from their shared home office, specifically from 2 plush club chairs placed side by side behind a single desk, facing into the room like thrones. You know, they have to have some kind of monarchy reference at all costs. Most people that I know, and many of my family, they aren't able to work and live together. Who is he talking about? I would like to know that, and many of my family. Who is Harry talking about? I would love to know. But he's not gonna name anyone because he can't. This is all made up. He says this to be seen as someone that gets along with his wife working together. What I don't understand is, why is it so hard to find pictures that convey that emotion, that joy of working together? Now, this is when we are entering bizarro country, the mom and pop palm trees. One of the first things my husband saw when we walked around the house was those 2 palm trees. She coos. See how they are connected at the bottom? He goes, my love, it's us. And now every day when Archie goes by us, he says, hi mama, hi papa. That is disturbing enough. I think they should spend more time with their kids. There was also a subtle dig at Catherine and Louis. We always tell Archie, manners make the man. They are copying Kingsman, the movie, I guess. Manners, 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 manners. You know, because that's how a 3-year-old is gonna get the message. Just repeat the word over and over again until it gets imprinted on his little brain. And you remember how Meghan's fans reacted to Louis' behavior, natural for a 4-year-old at the Jubilee celebrations, like that he was, as one of them said, feral. So they want to make it seem that they are making sure Archie is not like this. Archie is a gentleman at 3. Not to mention those cheesy passages, like in one of those lessons, Meghan remembers something she'd learned at a young age from a friend's mom. Salt and pepper are always passed together. She said, you never move one without the other. That's me and Harry. We are like salt and pepper. We always move together. Well, about that lesson, I'll take things that never happened for $200. And speaking of things that never happened, it's important to be thoughtful about it, because even with the Oprah interview, I was conscious of the fact that there are little girls that I meet and they are just like, oh my God, it's a real life princess. I don't think little girls know who the F is Meghan Markle. And I wouldn't doubt for a second that this is more or less the reaction when Meghan Markle is mentioned. Like, who? But some netizens claim that maybe this article was satire because it's so sugary, this can be real, right? And this is a good point. American here, we all need to take a step back. This article is great and the author was in on the joke. The bit about the entwined palm trees that our husband Meg that her son says hello to each day, the author is purposefully including these anecdotes to show how cuckoo they are. Well, allow me to disagree. If it was a joke, it would not include a photo shoot and cover. It's a paid piece and as sugary as Meghan wanted it to be. Did you miss the part they want to push their love story down our throats? This is the preface. What's more, satire and sarcasm should be evenly distributed over any kind of writing so it sets the tone. This piece was instead the product of angry sex between cringe and cheesy. Yeah, I know, there's a vast amount of content that is ready to be dissected, but I need some mojo back to withstand this ordeal. So thank you for supporting my channel, my body language buddies, and as usual, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas, I'm the body language guy, and remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. Much love and bliss. Take care. I love you all.